Good morning, children. In this video, we will study tissues. You know that all living organisms are made up of cells, and cells together they form tissues. So, this chapter we are going to study under two main headings, that is, plant tissues and animal tissues. So, in this presentation, we will discuss plant tissues only. Most of the cells are specialized to carry out a few functions. Each specialized function is taken up by a different group of cells. Since these cells carry out only a particular function, they do very efficiently. So, a group of cells that are similar in structure and work together to achieve a particular function forms a tissue. Children, as we know, higher plants have multicellular bodies made up of various kinds of cells. These cells cluster together to perform a specific function. The plant tissues are divided in two important groups. Number one is meristematic tissue and second one is permanent tissue, as you can see in this slide. Meristematic means dividing cells. The cells which keeps on dividing throughout the life and they form tissue known as meristematic tissue. These cells are living cells and they are located at specific locations of the plant. They keep on dividing throughout the life and keep on adding new cells. When these meristematic cells they stop or they lose their ability to divide further, they convert into permanent cells and together they form permanent tissue. So, they may be living or dead cells. They do not divide further. They have permanent place and fixed position in the plants. Now this slide shows location of different types of meristematic tissues in the plant body. Based on the location, meristematic tissue is divided in three important categories. Number one is apical meristeme, as you can see on the tip of the diagram. That is apical meristeme. So apical meristeme is present on the root tip and shoot tip. It is responsible for growth and it helps to increase the length of the tips. The second category of the meristematic tissue is intercalary meristeme and it is present between the tip and the base of the stems and leaves. It means it is present between the two nodes. It is responsible for elongation and that is also a kind of growth and this increases length between the nodes. The third type of meristematic tissue is the lateral meristeme. As you can see, third type of meristematic tissue, it is present at the sides of the stems and roots. That is why the girth of the stem increases year by year. That is also a kind of growth and it helps in increasing diameter of the stem. So children, this slide shows different positions of the different types of meristematic cells. In the each diagram, you can see the first one is apical meristeme. It is present on the growing tips of root and stem. Active apical bud is there. If you will cut this apical meristeme, you will find lots of lateral branches. And the second one is lateral meristeme, the girth of stem, that is the annual rings. We can say sometimes we read in the newspaper the plant age. So by counting the rings which are made by the cambium actually, that is a kind of lateral meristeme, we can estimate the age of the plant. And third diagram shows intercalary meristeme at the base of the leaves or the internodes of twig. Between two nodes, that is internode. Node is the place from where a leaf grows. So elongation of internode is because of division in intercalary meristeme. Now children, this slide shows classification of plant tissue. We studied today that is meristematic tissue, apical meristeme, lateral meristeme and intercalary meristeme. In the next video, we will discuss about the permanent tissue, that is simple permanent and complex permanent. So I request you to read this chapter and get ready for the next video to study next topic of the plant tissue, that is permanent tissue.